The Florida Gators have clinched the NCAA March Madness tournament title, prompting a discussion about its importance. To begin with, a prominent alumnus from Florida was present at the national championship game and subtly hinted at his ambitions for a future in the NBA. Is he contemplating retirement, or will he keep playing? This matter will be delved into further along in the conversation. A remarkable athlete showcased his talent during the March Madness tournament, leading to speculation about whether a specific team might consider selecting him. Reports indicate that this option could be possible, and this will also be analyzed later. As we near the end of the NBA regular season, with playoffs approaching, a leading team is currently in second place in the Eastern Conference, while the Knicks are positioned in third. Excitement is building around a potential clash between these teams. This month has seen a significant uptick in subscriber count, surpassing a rival channel by over 100 subscribers. However, the competitive landscape remains intense, underscoring the necessity to continue expanding our subscriber base. There has been considerable chatter regarding the status of a certain veteran player with his current team for the upcoming season, as well as his future in the league. He is set to enter free agency next year. At 38 and a father of 5, could retirement be on the horizon for him at the season's end? Given his performance lately, one might conclude that retirement is not on the immediate agenda. He has been performing exceptionally well on the court, ranking third on his team in plus-minus rating over the past months. His contributions have been significant on both offensive and defensive ends, and it seems his three-point shooting has reached a new peak compared to earlier years. It's possible he still has a few more productive years ahead of him. Consider another player who is also challenging the notion of age. As a Florida alumnus, he attended the championship game to see his team achieve this remarkable victory, leading to various discussions among analysts. Watching the veteran player, who has been a notable figure in the league for 2 decades, he also attended the championship game to join in the celebration with his fellow alumnus. This provided many opportunities for media engagements with the veteran. Questions were raised about his thoughts on his team winning the national championship and his observations regarding the younger players entering the league this year. Additionally, a discussion occurred about his insights from the championship game and the idea of competing in the NBA alongside these rising stars. The veteran player expressed his anticipation of facing a standout athlete in the professional arena next season, suggesting that this player might become part of his team. From Al Horford's direct statement, I noticed 2 important points. Firstly, he clearly indicates his intention to return next year. His statement about playing professionally next season is firm, unless new circumstances arise that could alter his plans. He shows readiness to compete, even at 39, in the Professional Basketball League. This is the main aspect to highlight in his words. He practically confirms his return to the NBA next year, preferably with the Boston team. However, since he will become a free agent, we can discuss Al Horford's contract situation at a later time. The second reflection I had regarding this statement is the chance that he might play alongside us. Could Al Horford and Walter Clayton Jr. form a partnership on the same team in Boston next year? It would be exceptional to have a player like Clayton Jr., who plays as a point guard in Boston, enriching the team's planning. Additionally, this situation could bring financial benefits if the team needs to trade a player. It's also worth noting that they already have an established friendship. If I could choose someone in the league to seek leadership and mentoring guidance from, Al Horford would be my pick. Therefore, this combination seems quite promising. However, the team would need the opportunity to select Walter Clayton Jr. in the draft. Now, I leave the question for reflection. Would you like to see Al Horford playing next year? The most fitting name would be Al Horford, and I believe that would be a great choice. However, all signs need to align for the selection of Walter Clayton Jr. to become viable. So, let me ask you, going back to Al Horford for a moment, would you like to see him play in the next NBA season? I cannot understand how anyone would not want to watch him perform again, both defensively and offensively. If your answer is yes, feel free to show your support for Al in the comments below and express appreciation for this 38-year-old athlete. Now, what would be needed to select Walter from Florida in the upcoming 2025 NBA draft? Let's explore this soon. First, let me share some information that might be of interest to you regarding an app that could enhance your sports experience. If you're interested in making some money while enjoying sports, there's an app designed exactly for that, and its use is extremely simple. You just need to download the app and use a specific code to receive a bonus when you make your first lineup. The idea is clear. Choose more or less on a player's projected stats, and you could potentially multiply your investment significantly. With spring arriving, the baseball season is in full swing, so don't miss the chance to include your favorite players in your lineups. Whether for strikeouts, RBIs, or runs in the first inning, you can select more or less to have the opportunity to win a substantial prize. Additionally, it's possible to combine your favorite baseball players with athletes from basketball, hockey, esports, and other sports. The final stretch of the basketball season is underway, and the race for the playoffs is heating up. So consider downloading this app and using the mention code, as it's a great opportunity for your first lineup. According to the latest ESPN mock draft, Walter Clayton Jr. from the Florida Gators is projected to be selected at the 28th overall position. The analysis regarding Clayton falling to this position in the first round is quite interesting. It mentions concerns about Clayton's defense, passing, and overall game perception, as he may show inconsistencies on both ends of the court and lacks exceptional physical tools given his average size, wingspan, and strength. Scouts are comparing his performance in the NCAA tournament to that of another player who was also selected late in the first round about a decade ago. However, Clayton stands out for being taller and more explosive, though he plays in a more structured and methodical manner. At 6 feet 3 inches and weighing 195 pounds, he is slightly shorter than Peyton Pritchard. However, the potential he showed during the tournament makes him an intriguing prospect for those seeking talent. For example, consider another player who was drafted in the 30th position and proved to be a significant contributor off the bench for the team, both offensively and defensively. I can easily imagine Walter Clayton filling a similar role if selected. Being one of the top NBA teams means losing the best prospects, so identifying players with potential becomes crucial. From what I've seen, Clayton fits this profile. He has the ability to shine in clutch moments and has shown mastery beyond the arc. This is definitely something that the coach prioritizes when considering potential players. I agree with the analysis that a notable aspect of Clayton's performance was how he raised his draft stock during the March tournament. This is exactly why I value the tournament. It allows us to see players shine under high-pressure situations in college athletics, and Clayton certainly didn't disappoint. In the 5 or 6 games he participated in during the March tournament, he was a dominant force offensively, averaging 22.3 points per game, along with contributions in assists and rebounds. However, the most impressive stat to highlight is his 44% three-point shooting. This is something that both the coach and executives will surely admire in this young athlete. During the semifinals, when he managed to hit 6 of 9 attempts, this reinforced the desire to have him as a reliable option on the three-point line. Imagine his performance alongside Peyton Pritchard, possibly with Sam Hauser, or even again with Derek White, to see how he would fare in those circumstances. He has the ability to facilitate plays, and it was interesting to see his presence in key moments throughout the tournament, which earned him the title of Most Outstanding Player of the competition. To be honest, I didn't know much about Clayton before watching his performances, but after seeing him dominate for 5 or 6 games, I realized that he has determination and potential that only a player with good game vision could exploit. Learning from other talented athletes can be a significant advantage. His ability to stand out in critical moments shows that he can withstand the pressure he will face at higher levels. There is a possibility that he may fall to the end of the first round, perhaps even at the start of the second, but this could be a great addition to the team. Furthermore, we've had a good run of Florida alumni playing with us. After one of the games, a Florida alumnus commented that he is a player who thinks the game through, a player who understands he would be a target for double teams and would need to involve his teammates. He started by looking for passes and then took advantage of opportunities to score important points. It's admirable that he still refers to the team as we, as he will always be a Florida Gator. I agree with this assessment. He faced double teams from one of the toughest defenses in college basketball, and To be honest, I was a bit apprehensive about how Clayton would react to that, but he knew he needed to distribute the ball, which reminds me of another player who does that very well. In a closely contested matchup, he made decisive plays by attacking the basket and drawing fouls, as well as converting long-range shots. That's why I believe he would fit seamlessly into the roster. However, due to his remarkable performance in the final and throughout the tournament, it's possible that his draft stock has risen slightly beyond expectations. I'm not sure if he'll still be available at the 28th pick. That will depend a lot on what happens next month, as draft candidates and league trends begin to emerge. If he's available at the 28th pick, I would love to see him be selected, but that decision will also depend on the outcomes of the league finals. The choice should be carefully analyzed, and everything will unfold as the next events take place. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Imagine a world where one of the NBA's brightest stars is suddenly thrown into a storm of controversy. The basketball court has been his stage for years, but new rumor threatens to shatter the very foundation of his career. Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics dynamo, has been rumored to have tested positive for a banned substance, leading to a potential one-year suspension. How do we get here? How could this revelation impact one of the NBA's most talented players? And what does this mean for the Celtics' hopes for the future? The buzz began quietly, with whispers of a doping scandal surfacing in basketball circles. For a while, it seemed like just another unfounded rumor. But then, the chatter grew louder, and now it's impossible to ignore. Jaylen Brown, who has been a central figure in Boston's rise to the 2022 and 2024 NBA Finals, has been the subject of increasing scrutiny. The speculation suggests that Brown's recent performances, including his standout moments in the finals, may have been aided by something beyond his sheer athleticism and hard work. For a player who has already solidified his name in the NBA record books, having averaged 20.8 points and led the Celtics with a Finals MVP in 2024. This rumor could mark a turning point in his career. With a potential one-year suspension hanging over him, fans and analysts alike are left wondering, how could this be true? Could Brown, a three-time NBA All-Star and a key figure in Boston's Finals victories, really be involved in something as damaging as doping? The idea seems almost too extreme for a player who has so publicly represented dedication, discipline, and performance. The Celtics, currently riding high on their recent successes, will be devastated by the absence of one of their most dynamic players. Not only would they lose a key figure in their lineup, but they would also suffer the public relations fallout that such a scandal would bring. For Brown, whose career has been a beacon of hope for Boston fans, this could also damage his personal legacy. Could a single decision or mistake derail everything he has worked for? The NBA has a history of suspensions that have rocked even the most established careers, and Brown may not be immune to the consequences. As the rumor mills continue to churn, one question remains at the forefront. What happens next? Will this scandal be confirmed, or will it fade into the realm of baseless accusations? Fans, the NBA community, and the Celtics themselves are left waiting for answers. What's clear, though, is that Jaylen Brown's future now rests in the balance, and this off-court controversy could be one of the most significant challenges of his career. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.